Hey there, I'm Callie with a blog called Callie Joy. Callie Joy is a blog about clean skincare products, how to make them, DIY recipes, and also learn about clean skincare ingredients and what they do for your body. I do want to mention that I'm not a licensed esthetician, and everything that I've learned is from YouTube, a lot of research that I have done, everything like that. So today we're going to be learning about how to make a non-greasy whipped body butter. This body butter will go on your skin so smooth. It's easy to make and it uses clean ingredients that you can comfortably put on your skin. Here is the finished product. As you can see, it will smell like grapefruit because we use grapefruit essential oils. So hey, let's go get started. Starting with making our grapefruit body butter, we will be using this beaker. It's a heat-resistant glass beaker because we will be having to heat up our oils before we put in our cool down phase. This is going to be a 6-ounce batch, and we will start by adding in our mango butter. Mango butter is a non-comedogenic, I don't know if I'm saying that right, butter, meaning that it does not clog your pores. As you can see, it's a smooth butter to grab. And we need 42.5 grams of mango butter. Next is our shea butter. Shea butter is another butter that does not clog your pores. We'll be measuring it out into a paper cup. I like to measure my ingredients into separate containers. That way, if I measure too much or too little, then I can take some out and not compromise the other ingredients. So here's some shea butter. As you can see, it's a soft butter as well. And we need 34 grams of shea butter. And that is our shea butter. We can pour it into our glass beaker right here, combining it with our mango butter. The next ingredient that we'll be using is sweet almond oil. And we will need 17.85 grams of sweet almond oil. There are two different almond oils. One is sweet and one is bitter. Almond oil contains vitamin A, D, K, and E. It also reduces scarring and wrinkles. To also touch on the butters that we added for shea and mango butter. For shea butter, it contains vitamin A, E, and F, and it is rich in fatty acids. And for mango butter, it is a non-comedogenic butter, as I mentioned before. It contains vitamins A, C, and E, and is rich in oleic and cetyl acid, and contains antioxidants to reduce free radical damage. So we're going to add our almond oil into here. Now we will be doing our golden jojoba oil. And we will be doing 30.6 grams of jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is non-comedogenic and won't clog your pores. It is technically not an oil, it is a liquid wax because of the liquid esters that jojoba oil contains. It resembles our skin's sebum. Now we can add our jojoba oil into the rest of our mixture. Finally, we have our Cetyl Alcohol. So normally in clean skincare, we try to stay away from alcohols because they are drying to our skin. But cetyl alcohol is a fatty alcohol which acts as an emollient, helping our skin stay hydrated and soft. We will be using 17 grams of cetyl alcohol. We can pour that into our oils and butters. And now we are ready to put our beaker into a double boiler. I will first cover it with tin foil so that way no other objects fall into it, just to make sure that it stays as pure as possible. Now that all of our oils and butters are melted, we are going to place this in the refrigerator for a 30-minute. Our butter is now hard. I did end up putting it in the freezer just to make it get hard faster. So now we're going to measure in our vitamin E oil, essential oil, and Optiphen. Optiphen is a preservative for oil-based products. It is paraben and formaldehyde free. It is a broad spectrum preservative protecting your products from bacteria, yeast, and mold. We will be doing 2.55 grams of Optiphen. I'm using a pipette, so that way I am very accurate with putting in my preservative. We will be adding our essential oil, pink grapefruit, right into our ingredients as well. And that will be 2.55 grams of pink grapefruit essential oil. There we go. And we will be adding in our vitamin E oil, which is 0.85 grams. Now we'll be using our immersion blender with our whisk on it to mix it all up. We will be starting it on low. Now that we have it a little bit mixed up, we are going to add in our Arrowroot Powder. And we will be measuring our Arrowroot Powder into a separate container. We will need 23.8 grams. Arrowroot powder can be substituted for cornstarch, but I like arrowroot powder for the more luxurious feel it gives the butter. Now that we have our 23.8 grams of arrowroot powder measured out, we will pour it into our mixture. And I like to use a spatula just to kind of mix it around before we use the immersion blender on it. Once we have this all stirred in there, we will be using the immersion blender for about 5 to 10 minutes, so that way our butter becomes whipped. Our arrowroot powder is now mixed into it a little bit, and now we will use the immersion blender to mix it all in. And this is our butter after being whipped. Now we can pipe it into our container, which we have right here. Nicely labeled with all of our ingredients. Now we can pipe our body butter into our container. I just use a Ziploc bag. And there we go. Our grapefruit body butter.